Hello, hello, all my farm friends and family. I hope you're having a good day today. It is December the 14th. I didn't think about what day it was. It is super windy outside, and it is going to be our second really big freeze of the season. So I'm going to go through here, kind of see what needs to be done, and try our best to make sure that our animals are taken care of. They're really our main focus. Our garden is still pretty much naked. I never was able to get out here and get cleaned up. If you notice that I do have on this mask around my chin, it's because of the fact that my family has been sick. And so just try not to get anything from them. I do have a really big trip coming up that I've been looking forward to literally the whole entire year. And so it's really, really important that I don't get any type of sickness. And so they've been sick. I've got some friends that have been sick. You know, there's just sickness going around because it's December. And so I'm trying my best to stay well. So I'm going to take the mask off now that I'm outside. But what I'm going to be doing today is just checking the animals, making sure that everybody's good. We'll go and we'll pick up some more hay if we need to, because it's supposed to get down to 24, 22. I think it might be 24 or 22 tonight. I don't remember which one. I'm not going to give you guys a tour of the garden because it still looks the exact same from my last garden video, because I haven't cleaned up anything. It's just, I mean, some stuff has grown out a little bit, but I haven't cleaned up anything. But what I do want to do is go ahead and just give you a quick run of all of the animals. We're going to check in on them. We're going to make sure they have hay. We're going to check in on these baby chickens, because I haven't seen them in quite some time either, because I've been working so much. And since the family's been sick, I just haven't been able to get out here and get some things done now. Of course, we haven't been neglecting our animals, because that would be crazy. So we're not doing that at all whatsoever. Brandon has been out here, and everybody's on a pretty big feeder and a pretty big waterers for the most part, so we don't have to do too much. Just make sure that we're dumping feed, because the water is pretty much filled up, and the pigs stay warm. So let's go ahead and get started with the video. I'll also do a check-in with our chickens. They are, let me see, I think they're 3 weeks old now. And if you noticed from the last video that I posted, you guys didn't get to see Brandon go ahead and set them up, because I was working on my lunch break. I do work remote, so I was working on my lunch break from home, and Brandon ended up going out and setting everything up, and so I didn't have to do that. And I was just so thankful that he was able to get that done, because I didn't have the time to do it. And so now we're going to check in and see what they're looking like, because I honestly haven't seen them this week at all, and I don't even think I saw them last week. So thankfully, you know, he's been out here, he's been getting it done, and I haven't had to do too much. But let's go ahead and get started with the video. So thanks you guys so much for being here. If this is your first time here, if you've been here before and maybe you just haven't liked any of my videos or really subscribed, I implore you to please think about subscribing, because I will be posting going forward in January twice a week, and we're going to rebuild the farm from scratch, which is what we do just about every single season. We go in, we spread out new soil, we plant new things, and I'd love to be able to share with you guys what we're growing down here in Southeast Alabama. And in springtime is when the chickens start to lay really heavy, and we've got some new litters that'll be laying for the first time. We will be harvesting turkeys in these next few months. So there is a lot of things that's happening here on the farm. Some of the pigs are going to go to the butcher. We will be getting new piglets. So there's just so much going to happen over these next few months going into 2026 that I'd love to be able to share with you guys. We're extending the garden. There's just so much happening. So if you haven't subscribed already, or if this is your first time here and you still haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. And please also like the video, because that really helps my channel be able to push it out to others. And I love to share what I do here. My family and I, we grow organically, and this is how going into 2026, with all of the prices being so high with groceries and meats are ridiculous. We're really, really trying to feed ourselves, not solely from the garden, because we're not there yet, but more, way more. So you guys, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. So let's go ahead and get into this video. Okay, so the last time you guys saw these turkeys was about a month ago. It was mid-November that I was moving them from our brooder coop out here to where we pasture them on our grass, and they were even nearly this size. So this is about a month later, and you can tell that they're not still as big as we'd like them to be, but they have considerably grown. And what I was saying just a few minutes ago about how we keep everybody pretty much on a pretty big feeder and a pretty big waterer, you can see that. Let me zoom in a little bit. That's the feeder right there. There's the waterer next to it. So they always have access to fresh food, fresh water. You know, there's no way for, poop or whatever to get into it. And then we're moving them. It is the winter, so there's not much grass, but we're moving them a little bit at a time so that they can always have some access to fresh grass, even though the grass is kind of dead because it's winter time. But I just wanted to give you guys a turkey update. When we go and get some hay, they are going to get some hay. We're just going to make sure that, our investment stays good and that we can keep them alive. I think they'll be fine because turkeys are, mostly bred for these kind of conditions, and these are a commercial breed of chickens. They're broad-breasted whites, and so they should be fine even with the colder weather, but we're just going to make sure that everyone's taken care of, including them. Maybe a little bit hard to see through the screen, but all I did was just move them down a little bit, and they are able to find some grass that they can get in there and peck at. Alrighty, so we got this one all moved over. We do have some gaps. You can probably see it back here in the back. Some gaps back here in the corner. That is a no bueno because the birds can get out and something can get in. So we're gonna have to come through here and make sure that this is down. We don't know where the stakes are. Oh, well, that stake is right there. So I can just push that one down in there. I have to check the other ones to see if maybe they have stakes too, because there's a gap over on that side as well. So we got to make sure that this is pushed all the way down so that the birds are safe in here. And we're getting ready to give them a full feeder in here because there's a lot of birds in here and they need a full feeder. So we're about to give them one. Just a minute. All right, the nipple had broke on that waterer, but we got it all fixed, so that's why they're over there ganged up, because they were thirsty. And then we put one of the feeders in here. We tried to put it on the cinder block, but the cinder block, you can tell, is broken in half, so it wasn't going to fit properly on there, so we just put it on the ground. And they are out here digging and munching and trying to find stuff in this fresh grass, and that's really good. And you can see what they were on before versus what they're on right now. So it's winter time. Like I said, it is December 14th, so it's not too much grass, but there is some stuff they can forage and munch on in here, which would be good for them. Hello farm family. I hope you're having a good day so far. You will notice that this is the same video, but it's a different day because I didn't get to finish everything yesterday. So the animals were good. We got everybody all squared away. I'm going to do some checks on them and make sure that everybody's fine. Right now I'm looking at the pigs and they look pretty good. Good morning. Hello family. How we doing over here? Let me let you guys see what they look like this morning. Hold on. Hello everyone, how we doing? How we doing? We've got one girl in the bunch, which this is not good, but the boys broke the fence line and Brandon hasn't been able to go and put it back yet, so we're just hopeful that everything's gonna be okay over here. If not, we're gonna have some piglets, so we'll just deal with that when it comes. But let me go ahead and get them fed. They have plenty of hay over there, and that one, there's that one right there. You can see all their hay in there. And then over here on the other side, you can see now this is where they broke up the gate and they kind of slide themselves under it. But there's plenty of hay in there as well. So even though it was super cold, let me come back. Even though it was super cold last night, I'm sure that they were all the way fine. Alrighty, so you just saw the pigs, and I just went ahead and fed everyone else and gave them water. Now yesterday I didn't get a chance to finish the video because when I opened up the brooder coop, there was a baby chick massacre in there, and I don't know what happened, but you know, I just went ahead and I checked everyone else. Everyone's good, everyone survived. When I woke up this morning, it was about 27 degrees. And so that's below freezing, but thankfully, you know, we were well prepared. Chickens and turkeys are the little hot boxes, and so I wasn't really too much concerned about them. But of course, pigs are mammals, and so you want to make sure that they have a good way to stay warm, and so they have plenty of hay and they can put their bodies together and kind of warm up as well. So when I came out here, they were kind of just laying in the sun waiting for me to give them some feed, and everybody else has feed and food and water from yesterday, but I did just refresh some of the chicken coops that we have. So anyways, that's how we prepared for the big freeze. There's supposed to be another one happening tonight. I think it's going to get down to 24 degrees. And so it's just really important that if you are a person who keeps animals, whether they're domestic like dogs or cats, or if they're farm animals like the ones that we have and we grow for food, you want to make sure that they're taken care of. And so the baby chicks slipped through the cracks. I don't know what happened with those. But, you know, it's very, very unfortunate because we don't want to waste time. We don't want to waste money. We don't want to waste resources. We don't want to waste feed. You know, we don't want to waste electricity. But, yeah, we're going to have to go back to the drawing board from those baby chicks that we lost. So we dropped the ball on that one. And I say we because Brandon and I are partners. So since I told you guys yesterday, I'm getting ready for a big trip. I already put in place some people that are going to come over and help out. So between my dad, my daughter, my son-in-law, and Brandon, they should be able to make sure that everyone stays alive, everyone stays fed, everyone stays watered, and everything's good on the farm. So I'm going to try to see if I can do probably at least one more video before then. And get these posted up to YouTube before, because I'm going to be out of town through next year. So the next time that you actually see me live on the farm, well, have you guys ever seen me live on the farm? I don't think so. But today is December the 15th. And so I leave on the 19th, and I'm going to be gone all the way in through the beginning of next year. So I just want to tell you guys that I appreciate you being here. You know, this is a brand new channel. I think I started the channel in July of this year, and we're already over 200 subscribers. So I would love if you guys would consider subscribing to our channel and just being here for what we do here at Hawkins Homestead Farm. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.